And we are still waiting official confirmation about the status of Iran's supreme leader at this time. We do want to take you to downtown Toronto as well. That's where protesters are expressing a range of opinions, some opposed to the attacks on Iran. They are among those rallying outside the U.S. consulate. For the latest on that demonstration, let's go to CP24's Andrew Brennan. Andrew?
Yeah, Melissa, you talked about there being diverging opinions, but also even here when we're around this demonstration, which decidedly is anti-war, but there are several different reasons for that. However, as we've been here, in the past couple of minutes, I'm just going to go through a few things. One, police have just moved half of the bikes that were here for the bikes on the police officers on bikes have now been lined up across the road in case of anything. And there's been a bit of a back and forth between a much smaller cohort of people that are here supporting the changing of the guard that apparently is happening in Iran right now. But as there has been a few people that have come down to show their support for a regime change, those that are here have been shouting back and decidedly louder here. So some of the things that have been discussed, for lack of a better word, in the past couple of minutes has been, as you just talked about, the reporting from Israel right now that the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been killed in the airstrikes today. Now there are people that are describing those that are saying that as lying. Others saying that they're calling those that are here against, or rather, they're calling those that are here but against their position as those who are. They're saying that they are part of the problem, and I'm trying to be as delicate with my language as I can here. Now, with all of that in mind, some of the discussions that I've been having with people, Melissa, you did mention that there are a lot of different opinions as to what should be going on right now. There are people here that are decidedly against the regime. I was talking with a young man a couple of seconds ago who seems to be one of the organizers. But when you talk to him, he is decidedly against the Iranian regime, but he does not want to see the U.S. or Israel, for that matter, decide who the next government is unilaterally in his mind. That's how he's thinking. Other people are coming at this from a standpoint of sovereignty, such as a young man named Jared, who I spoke to earlier. Now, he was carrying, had a little pin on his chest, talking about Nicolas Maduro and how he was taken, in his mind, without any cause by the United States from his country, where he was leading that country, and then unilaterally deposed. He says that this ultimately is something of a through line between Venezuela, between the Middle East, between Iran, between Cuba, and more. This is what he was telling me.
I think it's really important that there's so many people here because, you know, there's a lot of lies in the media that are talking about why the United States is doing what they're doing. They don't care about democracy. They don't care about the Iranian people. What this is about, this is a question of sovereignty. This is a question of the United States destroying the sovereignty of yet another nation. It's another war for oil. That's fundamentally what it's about. I think it's good to see so many people here. You see a lot of different tendencies or whatever, but yeah, it's just really horrifying. I'm really horrified on behalf of the Iranian people.
I was speaking with a woman named Miriam about 35 minutes ago now, just before we last spoke, Melissa. At the time, she was showing me photos, she said, was of her apartment block in Beirut. And the reason why she was here and saying that she did not want to see war break out, which it already has, of course, in Iran, because she thinks about not just her village, but she thinks collectively about, in her mind, people. She said quite emphatically that she hated the United States for what it had done. The
Islamic Republic of Iran will defeat America.
Thank you for your perspective, sir. But she was also saying she hated Israel for the same reason. And ultimately, she was vehemently opposed to those two countries changing the regime in any other country, and that is the entire reason why she was here. But what I wanted to get at with our conversation is, as she was telling me this, and as she was, again, I mentioned this before, holding a portrait of the Ayatollah, what I was asking her, what she thinks about freedom, what does that mean? And then someone else came over and talked about saying that not free Khamenei, ultimately saying long live Khamenei. Ironically, as the news was breaking out of Israel that he may and seemingly has been killed in one of those airstrikes today. I'm going to send it back to you. This demonstration continuing and also in some cases a little heated, but overall no violence breaking out. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Andrew, for that continuing coverage downtown. Appreciate it.